Ryan, what, like, I guess it was that tournament at EVO where they put you, Rip, Naps, and Q, aka Jimmy J Tran, and Qdans all into the same pool.
That was yeah, I wasn't prepared for that pool. I mean, you know, it was just a really sticky situation where Naps had to play Qdans, and I think that everyone just expected Qdans to run over Naps. But Naps beat Qdans, knocked him into losers really early. Like really, I think it was like second game in the group or something ridiculous. And I played against Rip, and I don't think I knew Rip at the time. I don't think I knew anything about him. It was just, you know, oh, it's another law player. And I watched his match before, and he looked pretty good, so I knew I would have to play properly. It wasn't an easy ride or anything. But yeah, it was, you know, when you're playing a different style, I think I'd only ever played Cobra as Law and Mashed. There were a few European, like top European laws that I'd played, but Rip had a very different style, and the way he played was actually really good in a short set because he just kind of went in, and I think that's good against you. Like, don't give him time to figure you out, and he played it quite smart. And yeah, and I think I switched. I think after first game I switched to Feng because Feng was doing all right, but in that environment, you know, EVO in its best of 3, you need to pick who you're going to pick all the way. Because what I essentially did is I watered it down by picking half a Kazuya and half a thing, and I lost both. So yeah, so I went down to lose and had to play Qdans. I just remember Fox Steve telling me 5.0 Steve. He's like, Ryan, you need to pick Steve. I can't do his accent. I can't do his South African accent. You're not going to get that out of me. But he was like, you know, you got to pick Steve. Steve's really good. As I watch him perform countless back 1-2s on people in casuals, I was like, oh, okay. I had secretly practiced a bit of Steve. I never got to a place where I thought my Steve was any good, but I just thought, let me just know a bit about him, and I just started playing him, basic combos, you know. But this was a time where I'm in the losers bracket against Qdans, you know, one of the best players in the world, and we had played casuals before the tournament. Qdans Devil Jin versus my Kazuya. And he was just up in games. I mean, he was getting me like 3-1, 2-1, 3-1, 2-1. And I was just always coming up short in the sets. And I just thought, you know what? He's just so experienced with Majima. I'm not going to pick you against him. And it was one of them things where, and you guys know me, I always have more. I'd always use so many characters. And I think in that period, I hadn't used Kazuya that frequently. So a little bit rusty with him too. Whereas he's just going gung-ho with Devil Jin, everything on lock, you know, not missing anything. So I went Steve, and I managed to rob Qdan. I'm very proud of myself.
Not yet. So
I don't lose any sleep. He did a hell sweep, and if it connected, I would have died. But I blocked it, and I did while standing 1-2 in the chaps, and he died. That's what happened. Yeah, and it was really bad though. It was really bad. Like whoever won or lost that, it was horrible because, you know, I mean, Qdan spent 2,000-3,000, I heard, on the flight to be there, and he's out in the first pool. Qdan's, right? You can fact check this with any of the US guys, but he went to the downstairs in that same venue. They had an arcade, and in the arcade they had one Tekken cabinet, right? And we didn't see Qdan's for the rest of the tournament. We were like, "Where's he gone? Did he fly back already? What's going on?" He moved in to the arcade. He got his luggage. He didn't go back to the hotel. He basically stayed in the arcade and just money matched people. He just money matched people constantly. He made, I think, 4 or 5 grand back.
What? Bad man.
I think he doubled the money he lost on the flight, or some nonsense like that. You can fact check that one. But yeah, he just disappeared, and no one knew where Qdan's was. He was in the darkest, dingy dungeon of the arcade, mashing everybody up. People weren't even getting rounds. Like, it was ridiculous. He destroyed all the people he would have beaten in the actual tournament. Took their money as well. Qdan's is a beast, man. Glad I went in that queue.